How's it going, everybody? It has definitely been a minute. I've had bronchitis for like 9 or 10 days now. I feel awful. But I was messing around with Reaper 7, the latest update, for a few hours tonight. And I had a craving to find an Elektron-style plugin, paid or free, that could do something similar to the Digitakt or the model samples. I had a model samples about a month and a half ago. I had to sell it after like owning it for 4 years because of bills. If you've been following this channel for a while, everything's been really, really rough for like 2 years. Things are stabilizing, but it still sucks. Inflation is a motherfucker. So anyway, for any Reaper users, if you guys are having a craving for this, somebody amazing named Boris made a plugin for Mac only that was basically a probability and conditional trigger plugin. And they posted this on the Native Instruments forum in the Machine 2 area. And I was like, all right, well, if it works inside Machine 2, maybe it would work inside Reaper. And it does. Thanks to the person who took the code and converted it over to Windows. This is just truly mind-blowing. It's really, really fun and interesting. So I wanted to show you basically how it works. So this is what it looks like. Obviously, each of these is a step, and at the top is 100%, at the bottom is 0, and you could just draw, kind of eyeball it, see what percentages. Obviously that's around 50. This would be probably 25, that kind of thing. It has the ratio, like every round it triggers or doesn't trigger. So really cool stuff. I have it controlling Satala, the free plugin that a lot of people are familiar with. This thing's really cool and fun. I randomly grabbed 4 terrible EDM samples, that which I filtered a little bit, this, some random thing, some noise blip, and that little, whatever that is. So each of these sounds is choking all of them off. Like I right clicked, I went to choke all for each of these samples, and I drew a little MIDI clip that literally is just doing straight eighth notes. This is sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, sample 4. And you could hear how truly random this is just by messing around with this. So basically on the downbeats, I have it set to 100%, and then I have the very first one to only trigger the first of 2. This one, the first of 2. This one, the first out of 4 cycles, and this one, the first of 8 cycles. So this same MIDI clip is just duplicated 8 times, and it's just 1 bar long. So this is what it sounds like, just playing straight eighth notes, and you could hear the randomization, and it's gorgeous. Now, I don't know much about the Digitakt. I've always wanted one. But one thing that really made me happy about the model samples is the ability to do this when you were sequencing stuff. And it seems like you can get that excuse me, that same vibe with this plugin and something simple like Satala. They're both free plugins. Really amazing stuff. So when you throw a drum loop in, everything's obviously going to sound a little bit more cohesive and coherent. So here's the drum loop by itself. And here's the drum loop with Chance Machine, which is what this plugin is called, controlling Satala. To me, that is exactly the vibe. And I don't think anyone's really made a plugin like this. Correct me if I'm wrong, especially a free one. I'm familiar with the Sugar Bytes stuff, which I really, really like. I think they're probably the closest, maybe Thesis, maybe Some of the other ones, I forget the other name of the one that's really cool. It can play samples, and it's got like a built-in bass generator and like a drum machine. But yeah, I mean, for something free and simple, this is amazing. You could set the step length. Obviously, I got it set to 16th notes. You can set it to a bar, half notes, quarters, eighths, 16ths. You could reset every 16 steps, or have it something odd, which is what the model samples and the Digitakt do great. You know, setting it to 7 or 9 or 13 or something like that, and just make everything like crazy. You know, it's really impressive. And let's say I we'll make like a more complicated MIDI pattern. Obviously, this is you're going to get better results if you have a simple, you know, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But we'll go a little insane. Let's see. It's filling in the gaps of everything else. And then we'll copy this over. I forget the keyboard shortcut in Reaper for duplicating a clip. I thought it was Shift D, but that doesn't seem to be working in this version. But check this out. So straight 16th notes filled all the way through. You know, again, the downbeats are, you know, that bass sound. Let me fix that. So every downbeat's going to be a bass hit. Let's see. Why is that? What did I do wrong here? All right, anyway, whatever. So basically every downbeat is that bass sound. There we go. There we go. I don't know. The sound died for like a second. All right, so straight 16th notes with all the probability, just like this. And again, every downbeat, 1 every 2, 1 every 2, 1 every 4, 1 every 8. And I don't know, we'll reset the steps every 13 just to make it strange. That is so cool. And while it's playing, I'll change it to every 1 step, every 2 steps, for the variety, every 3 steps, every 4 steps, and 16ths, or every 16 steps. Now, my immediate thoughts on how this plugin can be improved if the generous people coding this could implement this. Obviously, a dice for randomization of the probability percentages. You know, just a little icon somewhere, boom, you know, and just 0, 50, you know, 100, 75, even if it's simple like that, even if it literally doesn't go fully random, but it just does 100, 0, 75, 50, and 25%. Randomizing the trigger conditions, I think the probability per step would be a little more helpful for randomization, because usually manually adjusting this stuff makes more sense than randomizing, in my mind anyway. But doing something like that, and then also like Sugar Bytes does, having the ability to have patterns saved, or, you know, configurations, and triggering them with like a low octave on the keyboard, I think that would be incredibly cool. So then you can just draw, you know, like your settings, because otherwise you can't really automate what you're doing. You know, so if I wanted to do like a 1-step thing, I would have to kind of, you know, duplicate the track, duplicate all this stuff, put it on a different track, and have that, you know, like the stutter part, boom, 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 you know, all that shit. A lot of fun. So I hope you found this video helpful and useful. I initially did one. I didn't like the way that it was. I was like coughing a lot, and also just not really making sense. So I think this one's a little bit easier to follow, so I'll upload this one. But yeah, check this out, download it, give Boris a thanks on the Native Instruments forum, and the other user. I don't remember what their name was, but they were the person that coded it over to Windows. Really impressive stuff. Again, I'm not familiar with a plugin that does this, especially something free, but this is incredible. I think it works, you know, flawlessly. I haven't had any bugs or issues with it, and it's just incredible. It's amazing. It does exactly what you expect it to do, and I think it's a lot of fun. So I hope you found this helpful. Stay safe and healthy out there, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again.